going on, the friends? My name is M. and welcome back to another episode of Okami for the Nintendo Switch. Last time left off, we restored Hana Valley, and now in this part, we're gonna go back to Shinshu Field. Because now we learn a new brush technique. And with that new brush technique, we were able to use that to restore Hana Valley. I have an important tip for you. Okay, don't ever forget what to do. Okay, alright. So this is a logbook. Yeah, it basically keeps track of what you need to, of what you've done. I don't ever use it because that really all it ever does. In fact, if you ever forget what you need to do, oh, never mind. But anyway, yeah, that's basically what it does. So anyway, what we gotta do next is we gotta go ahead and make our way. Oh, I almost hit the curbstone. That would have been bad. But what we gotta do is make our way all the way over to this tree over here, and then we just gotta go ahead and start blooming. Okay, so this is Shinshu Field. Now we can explore this place. First off, that treasure chest contains Fling Battle, which gives you tips on how to run away from a battle, which I personally never use because I don't see a point in running away from a battle. When I run into an enemy, I usually just fight the enemies, and that's usually what I do. Yeah, get the extra money, pretty much. Doesn't hurt to have extra money, because just so I have enough money for other stuff later. So yeah. Anyway, this is a shop right here. The merchants, there's a merchant over here if you want to do any shopping. I'm gonna restock on some feed bags here, cause feed bags will because there's a lot of animals to feed here in this village, or no, not in this village, in this field. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. There's a save point over there if you want to save your game, and right there is actually something a little bit special. That is a special type of enemy encounter. So we're gonna go ahead and see and check that out right now. What's up with this old gate? I don't like the looks of it. It's just teeming with evil power. I can feel it. Still, you being a god and all, we can't just ignore it. What do you think, my furry friend? We go through or what? Well, I say we do. Okay, so this is called a demon gate, which a demon gate is pretty much like a regular encounter, except the difference is instead of so you notice how we're fighting two red imps. We're not just fighting these two red imps. As soon as we defeat that guy, then we're gonna be fighting more enemies. As you can see, another enemy just appeared. So this is actually a multi-phase enemy encounter for the most part. So these are special encounters. You will get a special reward for defeating each of these demon gates. So this is pretty much in your best interest to fight these demon gates whenever you can. For the most part. So I'm gonna go ahead and show this. So I'm gonna go ahead and show this off right here, and then I'll probably maybe speed up the rest of these encounters here. This guy's annoying. I'm gonna be speeding up the demon gates, but the regular encounters I will be cutting out. Get out of here! Cut that guy in half. I think that's it, right? Yep, that's it. Alright. Yeah, you do get a lot of money, a lot of like extra money, depending on how well you do on each of these demon gates. So there we go. And so a field of rabbits appear. Oh, they're called devil gates, not demon gates. Anyway, they're not interested in seeds, they're interested in herbs. So feed the bunnies some herbs right there. Get some praise for it. And actually, we have enough to upgrade our next ink pot, so we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that now. Our next one is going to be up to 200. So keep that in mind for later. Alright, so in Shinshu Field, since this is one of our first big area of the game here, we're going to go ahead and explore all of these circles right here. Well, actually not all of them, but we'll explore most of them. For the most part, we'll be exploring most of Shinshu Field. So let's go ahead and do that right now. First off, the first thing that we're going to check out here, you notice how there's a digging spot right here, but we can't actually dig up that digging spot because, unfortunately, that is underneath a bunch of rocks and we can't dig rocks, so that's bad. Alright, so our first location is right around this area right here, so I'm going to go ahead and check this area out. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Also, I guess, no, I'll explain that later when it becomes relevant. Right now it's not relevant, so I won't explain it now. Alright, so by defeating that devil gate, we have this special type of spring right here. This is called a mermaid spring. Right now we can't do anything about it, but it will become important later. Pretentious sign. This is a dojo. It's where people come to learn sword fighting and martial arts. But who knows if they'll train you here. Maybe if you're a good wolfie, they'll teach you a trick or two. Maybe. Alright, we got some pigs over here. Let's go ahead and feed it some seeds right here. Okay, behind the dojo, we have, let's see. If you dig this spot, we got a stray bead. Alright, now time to see what's inside the dojo. Shall we? Let's go. This is Onigiri Sensei. Fighting Master Onigiri Sensei. Certainly you haven't come to study the fighting arts with yours truly. I'd very much like to while away the hours at play with you, but I'm afraid that this place is far too dangerous for creatures like you. That is, of course, unless you can cover the training fee. Oh, that's awkward. Be right back. Okay, I went ahead and fought some enemies to get some money, but now that we have the money, let's go ahead and learn the reflector technique. 4 wins. I'll be a monkey's uncle. You've got the cash, have you? I see. I suppose I have no choice. I'll do as you wish and allow you to enroll in my dojo. Ah, ooh. And then he turns his head upside down. And now he's more aggressive. So the first ability, which is called Dodge, I believe. Don't waste your money on it. It's 10,000 yen, and it allows you to dodge enemies. It's a very bad ability. Don't rely on it at all. You can there are plenty of other ways to dodge enemies other than the move dodge anyway. So you'll basically be wasting your money for the most part. So I learned this because this will allow you to do 4-hit combos instead of 3-hit combos. So now this is why you don't want to so this is why in battle you don't want to mash the attack button because you won't get the combo that you want. So this is how you do it. I'm doing it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that, in that rhythm, and that is how you do it. So yeah, you can either do it again, or you can leave. Which in this case I'm gonna leave. You only have to succeed it once, and then that'll be it. And then you pretty much learn the move. So now from now on, I can do 4-hit combos instead of 3-hit combos on enemies. So, there are some like really good techniques in that dojo. If you want to, which I will show off. I will try and show as many of those as I can. I think you need all of them, actually. So, I'll try and get all of them whenever possible. I fed these horses right here during that cut. Let's see, what else we got going on here? Over here, we have a treasure chest as well as these animals. I believe these are boars. So we're going to go ahead and feed them right now. And this is the Agata Forest Port. The ferry between Shinshu Field and Agata Forest docks here. The ferry used to run frequently, but it's been out of service. I wonder why. And over here is feeding. It teaches you how to feed animals. I've never fed an animal before. Okay, if you go ahead and you see this right here, let's go ahead and start scribbling away, shall we? Oh boy. And that reveals a crack on the ground. I wonder what that means. Anyway, if you jump down over here, go ahead and dig this spot up right here. Grab a treasure chest, and it contains a stray bead. That's more easier to find if you're playing if it is nighttime. But I already knew that there's a stray bead there, so I don't have to wait till it's nighttime in order for that to appear. In order to get that treasure chest, so that's how I know. I know things. I'm the one who's teaching you guys the game here. Like, I used to be the student of the game, and now I learn. Okay, and over here we have this guy. This is Mika. Priest of the Moon Shrine, Mika. A most welcome guest has wandered into our shrine. Your timing is accumulate, Wolf. I need to speak to you. Outside is Lake Harame, Nippon's largest lake. In the middle of it, there was an old shrine called the Moon Cave, but it's completely disappeared, vanished into thin air. It enshrines the wicked demon that Nagi and Shiranui once defeated. It housed Tsukiyami, the fabled sword that keeps the demon at bay. The demon, its name was... No, I'll be cursed if I say it. Anyway, the point is, what on earth has happened to that shrine? It's guarded day and night by the Tao Master Waka. On the one occasion he has to go back to the city, this happens. Oh dear. Lately, there have been monsters haunting these parts as well. These mischief-making monsters are the worst. I expect this is their doing. Well, maybe not this time, but they still need to be dealt with. I've already prepared a wanted list for them. So, this is a list of monsters that we have to defeat. The gods will have marked all those wanted monsters with a sign. You'll know as soon as you lay eyes on them. However, they're very cautious. They only come at night. Will you go put this list up somewhere obvious, Wolf? I'm sure some brave soul will step up to the challenge. May the gods protect you always. Collect the reward. Alright then. So this is another pretty neat side quest that we can do. And it turns nighttime automatically so that we can go ahead and demonstrate this. And so here's our first encounter against one of the special enemies, Izo the String Cutter. So basically, at nighttime only, if you run to a demon scroll, you will sometimes find these enemies, and these will only appear if you during this side quest. So you have to activate the side quest in order for these enemies to appear. Otherwise, the side quest will not work. Once you defeat the enemy, all the other enemies fighting with it dies. And so there we go. So we just defeated Izo the String Cutter, which is one of the enemies on our wanted list. And now, all we have to do is, once we defeat one of those monsters, we have to cross it out. So just find the name. Yep, make sure you memorize the name so that you know what to cross out. You don't want to cross out the wrong one, otherwise you're cheating. So there we go. So one less monster to deal with. I'm gonna go ahead and actually do this off screen, but if I encounter more of these guys, I guess I can show them off, but yeah. So if you see me run to a demon scroll, I will cut it out unless I find one of those things. In past that area, you may notice I'm not going through this gate over here. That's the moon shrine that Mika was talking about. We can't access it right now. So we can't access it right now because we just straight up can't right now. So yeah. All right, what's our next area to go to? The next area that I want to go to is right this way. So if you go ahead and head down this way, this place is only open during the nighttime, so this is a pretty good time to see what this is. Okay, let's see. Over here's a dead tree, so I'm gonna go ahead and revive it. Since it's nighttime, it's a little bit hard to see these black trees, but they're worth it. Alright, there's another demon scroll right here. Let's see what I can get here. Oh, here's another. Oh, I found Toya the Short-Tempered. By the way, you can tell at these end that you can. By the way, you can tell that these enemies are the wanted enemies if they have a little arrow on the side of them. So there we go. Defeat that guy, and we defeated Toya. Okay, and once again, all the other enemies die for some reason. I don't know why, but it helps. All right, another monster down. So let's go ahead and cross the name out just like that. And now we have 3 more enemies to take care of. If I don't defeat them all by the end of this episode, I'll do it off screen. There's a digging spot here. This is what I get. A vase. It's another selling item. I'll go ahead and sell later. Okay, another new enemy. I do not know off the top of my head what this enemy is called, but it's time to fight. Okay, so this is our first instance of a flying enemy. Obviously you have to use air attacks in order to defeat it. But what you can do with this guy, power slash it, and his wings are gone. However, when it does that, you gotta be careful. Well, not really, because you don't have to be careful because this enemy does not do a lot of damage at all. So yeah, you don't have much to worry about. But basically, what this guy's gonna do if he does it, which he's probably going, okay, he's gonna do it right now. So so that is a self-destruct move. So he just basically killed himself. Yeah, it does not do a lot of damage at all, even if you do happen to get hit by it, so yeah. Over here is Legend of Orochi, which you can read that if you'd like. Let's see what we got going on here. Some feedback, some apples, and that's pretty much it. So let's go inside this house and check it out. Tama! That can't be right. I shouldn't be doing that. I checked and double-checked my formula. What's this little wisp doing here? Who are you calling wisp? I'm Isu, no wonder I know this. Apparently Isu does not like him. We call him like anything else besides Isu. Like, it doesn't even matter, like, we call him Bug or Wisp, like, even though he really does, like, look like a bug from just anybody's point of view, unless, like, well, yeah, like, if you don't know who the heck this guy is, like, you would definitely be thinking it's a bug. The Midnight Wonder Boy. There's only one problem. Even though I know the formula, is sound, it's not working right yet. You've got good eyes. Fiery eyes. Smoldering eyes. Maybe your red hot glare is just what I need to set us off. What? Feast your eyes on the greatest display the world's ever seen. Hold on to your hats, kids. Here I go. The brightest constellation in the sky, the Midnight Wonder Boy. Oh, that was terrible drawing, but it worked. Bam! Look at that. All these animal shapes. Butterflies, deer, boars. Oh, what's that? It's another constellation. Time to connect the dots. And what's this? Uh-oh. About to explode. Never mind. Ah, Amaterasu, origin of all that is good and mother to us all. Too often it is easy to forget that which we cannot see. Hidden away, I had lost track of you, but now my soul is at ease. I, Bakugami, god of explosive force, lend my power to your cause. Use the cherry bomb to lay waste to foes and obstacles alike. Uh-oh, better be careful. It's about to explode! Oh, too late. And he explodes, and he's dead! It's a god that dies! What is that? No, just kidding. He's alright. He's gonna be okay. But basically, we just learned another brush technique by Bakugami, god of explosions. And the technique is called Cherry Bomb! It's a really cool technique. Unfortunately, it's actually not powerful. It's not as powerful as people think it is. I thought it was powerful, but it's actually not that great of a move in battle. There are some enemies whose floral finishers are cherry bombs. The only problem with that is that the cherry bomb does take time to explode, and most of the time whenever you use cherry bomb, as certain kinds of enemies are dying, it'll explode after the enemy is completely dead. So you won't have time to like get demon fangs just from doing that. It's kind of a shame, but yeah, that's just what happens, I guess. But yeah, the floor finishers of those flying guys that self-destruct on you is indeed cherry bomb. But I don't really rely on that too much, really.